always a good day when you wake up and there's new firmware for your Axe effects. This is firmware 13 beta, which you can grab from the forum. I know you all love the way I say that, just like I say the word Mesa, and just like we say Z instead of Z down here in Australia, but I'm getting sidetracked already. I have this History Dignity Les Paul clone. Fantastic guitar. Thanks to Tim at MT Guitars for letting me borrow this one and put it through its paces. And I've got the Brit JM45 dialed up with a little bit of reverb and a bit of delay, kind of using it on the edge of breakup because this particular update overhauls the drive block. There are new drive types and there are changes to the underlying drive modeling. But first, let's just hear the sound of this guitar and the amp. Sounds pretty wonderful. Let's take a look at the drive block and have a look at some of the new drive types available. We've got the Boxer Crunch. I'm not sure if that is based around the MI Audio Crunch box or if it's based around a ZVEX or ZVEX as we would say down here, Boxer Rock. I think it's the MI because it sounds very martially. We've got a new OD 250 mode for everybody who likes the DOD 250. There is the Horizon Devices Precision Drive. This sounds amazing on high gain. We'll hear that in a little bit. And there's another Timmy model and a TS9 Deluxe model, which is pretty cool. Let's start with this Boxer Crunch because I really like the way this one sounds. Basically, I feel like you don't need a whole lot of the distortion control on here to get this really, really cooking, and it's kind of weird using a Marshall in a box pedal into a Marshall amp model, but whatever, it sounds good. Personally, I haven't really found the need to tweak the level on that one too much, just the tone and the distortion there. The old OD 250 Grey is a lot of fun as well. If you're into the Ingve thing, which I definitely am, run it into one of the 50-watt Marshalls. Otherwise, just kind of crank the level and the drive up and you get something really crunchy. I really like that one. In the advanced tab of all the drive blocks now, we have this new bass response parameter. This one is super powerful. If you're using something like a Les Paul and you're finding the low end is a little bit too woofy, just kind of roll this down a little bit. Conversely, if you turn the bass response up, you're going to get a bit more low-end beef. Really nice if you like the underlying sound of a particular drive block, but you kind of want to fine-tune it to your guitar. Alrighty, a couple of other modes that I have been digging. Let's go over to channel C, the Sir Riot. So this was the Ruckus model. Now it's just called the Sir Riot because that's the pedal that it's based on. I really like this GE mode with the distortion turned down. And I'm not someone who normally loves distortion pedals, but this sounds fantastic. Again, that bass response control, I might just pull it up a little bit on this one. It sounds pretty great. That is a fun one. And on channel D, I've got the Timothy 3. This one, if you've got the gain low, it's okay. And by the way, the bass control in this particular model actually maps onto that bass response control. I imagine that's why it was added, to get the kind of accuracy in these type of blocks. But with this one, running it into a kind of cleanish Marshall, when you get the gain past about noon, this is where the party starts. Let's wind it up a little bit more, and I'll bring that bass down and push the treble a little bit more. I might even actually push the level a little bit on this one too. I love how everything kind of falls apart on the low strings right there. That is glorious, as I like to say. Alrighty, I'm going to swap over to my single cut, my PRS in drop C, and we'll fire up the rectifier with the precision drive. Bit of riffage to tide you over right there. That was the Precision Drive model in front of this Recto 1 Orange Modern model. I'll show you what the amp sounds like without the drive, then we'll explore what you can do with it when you kick it in. As you can see, I've got the bass and middle and treble just pulled down slightly. I've boosted the presence a little bit, and on these Recto models, I find it really handy to pull the master volume down and compensate with the level control, but they're still very loose and flubby and fizzy. It is the late 90s all over again. Let's go to this Precision Drive type. As you can see, I've got the level cranked all the way up. I'm going to start with the drive a little bit lower, and you have the attack and the bright control. Now, attack maps onto that bass response parameter. So what I would do for a kind of tight, modern, chuggy sound, I would bring that down and I'd boost the bright a little bit, as you can see it here. Let's hear that. Totally getting carried away there. It's really, really good. I know people have been asking for the Precision Drive for a long time, and I was one of those people who just wrote it off and went, well, you could just use a fixed EQ, or you could just use a tube screamer or something. But, you know, having it baked into this drive block is a really, really nice thing. I think that sounds amazing with the Recto. I really should try it with stuff like the FAS Moderns or the 5150 models. But yeah, there's the latest beta firmware. Go to the forum and check it out, and be sure to back up your Axe-FX 3 before you do any firmware update. It's just generally best practice. It only takes a couple of minutes. Using Fractal bot, and then nothing can go wrong that way. But definitely check it out. The drives are fantastic, whether you like cleaner amps and you like those kind of low gain, squishy drive sounds, or if you're a high gain aficionado and you want to use a precision drive and just go absolutely mental slamming it into something like the rectifier. I highly approve. Thanks so much for watching the video. I will see you next time.